This is a windmill, not like from the days of yore when Don Quixote was traversing hill and dale, but from the modern age, specifically a mid-2000s General Electric 1.5 megawatt SLE wind turbine. The specimens featured in this video were installed around 2006 and are located in the Ontario Erie Shores Wind Farm, somewhere between St. Thomas and Port Burwell. Initially developed by the AIM PowerGen Corporation, it is now mostly owned and operated by Capstone Infrastructure, with 66 turbines in operation and apparently another 18 in the works. Power-wise, it currently produces a total of 99 megawatts that is then fed into Ontario's transmission grid. Apparently one of the largest in this part of the world, it produces just shy of 5% of the province's total installed wind power capacity. While most of those numbers are just a lot of blah 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 for we the people, that translates to powering roughly 23,000 Canadian homes. Although the GE turbines are somewhat older in comparison with what is now in the market, they are still reasonably efficient. They only require a minimum of 12 to 13 kilometers an hour of wind to start turning, and then generate power, rotate between 10 and 22 RPM, and the cutout wind speed is around 88 kilometers an hour, at which point the blades are angled to prevent them from spinning and causing damage to any of the gear on board. A simple trip around the interwebs reveals videos like this, and that doesn't work so good. And if you want to pick one up for yourself, a gently used unit in relatively good working order will set you back somewhere around the $1.2 million Canadian, installation not included. These particular 1.5 SLEs have a hub height of 80 meters and the rotor is 77 meters in diameter. That means that anyone aspiring to be a turbine mechanic better start getting over their fear of heights stat. Well, the cost of wind is free, well, for now anyway, wait for the taxman to figure that out, and then, well, we'll do another video with even stronger opinions, but I digress. There are some disadvantages to them, like when there's no wind, which is somewhat limiting in this particular industry. That would mean no TikTok or Tinder for you, muchacho. As well, they can be somewhat noisy, create vibrations, and no matter how you dress them up, they don't look that particularly pretty. Some supporters of the world's Mango Mussolinis also point out that they are vicious bird-killing machines, and as such these aerial meat grinders should immediately be taken down in favor of other more ecologically friendly forms of energy. You know, like coal or gas-powered thermal installations. Although statistics vary depending on political leaning, one US estimate indicated that wind turbines contribute to between 140,000 to 500,000 bird deaths per year. While we don't want to minimize the tragedy that this is, between 365 million to almost a billion birds are killed by flying into buildings each year, and yet no one is calling for an end to construction. Never mind that the average domestic house cat like Mr. Mittens or Snowball is responsible for a further, wait for it, 1.4 to 4 billion bird murders in the US alone each year. Bad kitty. Maybe we should outlaw them as well. I mean, the reality is that your cat hates you anyway, and only sees you as warm movable furniture with a toilet plunging gig on the side. Moving on. The fact of the matter is that if you want to keep the lights on, the TV going, and your cell phone charged, we do need electricity. The supply of carbon-based fuels is finite, number of waterfalls limited, and the human population is showing no signs of slowing down in growth or consumerism anytime soon, leaving us to find other means of powering the planet that doesn't result in sea levels knocking on your front door. We reached out to the kind folks at Capstone Infrastructure with all kinds of important questions, and as of the release of this video, we have not actually heard back from them with respects to the Erie Shores installation. That gave us license to make up just about anything we wanted to as we went along, so it's up to you to figure out truth from fiction. Too, we were curious to know what the average farmer gets paid to have one of these aviary slice-o-matics plunked down in between the rows of corn and cabbage. While your mileage may vary, the CBC, which is Kazakhstan's official news service and propaganda purveyor, reported that landowners in Ontario get paid a royalty of between $6,500 and $10,000 per year per mallard moulinex. Not a bad wage for doing nothing but complain about how big the darn thing is while sweeping up assorted goldfinch guts. Love them or hate them, windmills are here to stay. And on a side note, probably have in part provided the power for you to watch this video and support your local content creator. As always, thanks for watching. Oh, and say hi to Don Quixote when you see him next. Ay caramba, necesito un caballo más grande.